Thank you so much, everybody. So good to be back after a long, long time. I've been traveling across India, then UAE, and now I'm back in the UK. It's absolutely a pleasure to be able to interact with you once again. So, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer arrived in the US to meet Donald Trump today, and he didn't disappoint us a bit. Starmer lived up to his reputation of being a spineless man whose words simply mean nothing. Remember how he's reneged on every single promise that he made to his voters before becoming the prime minister? Today marked another edition of his U turn, this time on Ukraine. First, watch his introduction. The guy looked every bit careful to not upset Trump. His glaring sycophancy, loud tone, and how he jumped from his seat to shake hands with Trump. Everything suggested Starmer was overwhelmed in the company of Trump.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Starmer in the Oval Office. It's a very special place, and he's a special man. And the United Kingdom is a wonderful. This is a wonderful country that I know very well. I'm there a lot, and I'll be going. I'll be going there, and we expect to see each other in the near future. We'll be announcing it, but. We're going to be discussing many things today. We'll be discussing Russia-Ukraine. We'll be discussing trade and lots of other items. And I think we can say that we're going to be getting along on every one of them. We've had a tremendous relationship. And frankly, the Prime Minister and I have met twice before, and we get along very famously, as you would say. And I look forward to it very much. We look forward to the day and the meeting. We'll be having a luncheon after this, and then another work session. And I believe we're going to have a press conference at the end. So I look forward to it. And Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can I say thank you for your hospitality, for your leadership? We have met a number of times, we've talked a number of times, and we have had a very constructive conversation. I'm sure we will today. And of course, our countries have been bound together for a very long time now.
The UK PM then praised Trump for initiating a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. Watch his utterances here.
The closest alliance, I think, of any two countries when it comes to prosperity and security. And I know that together we will strengthen that even further. And on issues like Ukraine, thank you for changing the conversation to bring about the possibility that now we can have a peace deal. And we want to work with you to make sure that peace deal is enduring, that it lasts, that it's a deal that goes down as a historic deal, that nobody breaches, and we'll work with you to make sure that that absolutely happens.
Thank you for changing the conversation. This is not what he's been saying up until now about Ukraine. Only this week, he was literally going against Trump by advocating that Ukraine should negotiate their own future. This was seemingly in reference to Trump administration holding peace talks in Saudi Arabia without Ukraine.
But, Mr. Speaker, strength in this world also depends on a new alliance with Europe. As I said in Paris last week, our commitment to European defence and security is unwavering. But now is the time to deepen it. So we will find new ways to work together on our collective interests and threats, protecting our borders, bringing our companies together, seeking out new opportunities for growth. Third, Mr. Speaker, we seek peace, not conflict. And we believe in the power of diplomacy to deliver that end. That, of course, is most pressing in Ukraine. Nobody in this House or this country wants the bloodshed to continue. Nobody. And Mr. Speaker, I've seen the devastation in Ukraine firsthand. What you see in places like Bucha, that never leaves you. But for peace to endure in Ukraine and beyond, we need deterrence. I know that this House will endorse the principle of winning peace through strength. Yeah. So we will continue to stand behind the people of Ukraine. We must ensure they negotiate their future, and we'll continue to put them in the strongest position for a lasting peace.
Starmer then took his sycophancy to a new level when he delivered the message from King Charles. It's cringeworthy and uncomfortable watch.
And it is my pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter. He sends his best wishes and his regards, of course, but he also asked me to bear this letter and bring it to you. So can I present the letter from the King to you?
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to read it right now?
Yeah, please do.
I will do.
I've got to tell him what your reaction is, so I need to know. I need to know.
He is a great gentleman. A great, great gentleman. Oh, that's well. Well, that is really nice. I must make sure his signature's on that. Because, otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is, and that's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've known him, gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph.
Yes, so this is a letter from His Majesty the King. It's an invitation for a second state visit. This is really special. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented. And I think that just symbolises the strength of the relationship between us. So this is a very special letter. I think the last state visit was a tremendous success.
It was.
His Majesty the King wants to make this even better than that. So this is truly historic, an unprecedented second state visit, and he wants to talk that through with you.
And that says at Windsor. That's really something.
Yes. What I haven't got yet is your answer. I do need to.
The answer is yes. On behalf of our wonderful First Lady, Melania, and myself, the answer is yes, and we look forward to being there and honoring the King and honoring really your country. Your country is a fantastic country, and it'll be our honor to be there. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. I shall happily take that back to His Majesty.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to keep that one.
You'll keep that one.
Starmer has been indulging in plenty of rhetoric on Ukraine, but Trump has truly changed the conversation by belittling Ukraine and putting EU countries in their place. His deputy, J.D. Vance, made disparaging speech at the Munich Security Summit this month, right in front of European leaders. And not a single country of any significance has mustered the courage to stand up to Trump. All Macron said was that he would deploy French troops in Ukraine. And in the case of Starmer, UK would raise the defense budget to 2.5% of its GDP. This is the reality of American poodles. They are paper tigers, and they are only brave against unarmed Arab, Muslims, Africans, and people of color. That's it from me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you too think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. Details are there in the description of this video. God bless you all.